What's up guys, Steve here and welcome back to my page. Today we're going to go over a few questions that commonly come up, and that is pricing and why aren't my cars moving. Real quick before we get going, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get more videos like this that'll help hopefully get your fleet running as seamlessly as possible. Oh, and don't forget, hit that like button over there too. Over there, one of there. Oh, hit that button. So let's get after it. Some of the questions that I get are, why aren't my cars moving? Or I always have my cars out and I can't get them off the road long enough to do maintenance or anything like that. So to get around all these things, you have to know your car, know your market, have an idea of what it is that you're trying to obtain. Are you just trying to supplement your car payment so you can have this nice car and somebody else is paying for it? Or do you have these cars on the platform and are you trying to make money with them, right? The other part you need to know is in your area, and it varies from state to state, from city to city, what your car can actually go for on a daily rate. Now for me, I'm about 15 minutes from an airport, but it's a secondary airport and I'm off in the boonies kind of. So for me to get cars rented, I have to go at a lower price, or I have to offer to deliver to the airport or to various locations, which for me, time is money. I don't want to do that. And if I have it priced right, people will actually pay that $25 to $30 Uber charge just to get to my house or to my pickup location to rent my car. So it kind of, which is it that you're trying to go for? So we'll jump in here and I'll kind of show you how to manipulate the numbers a little bit if you're new to this, so that way you can get your cars out as much as possible. You can go in here and set up your auto pricing. So with this auto pricing, it'll show you this recommended low and the recommended maximum pricing. So if you set this to auto pricing, it'll automatically keep it between $35 to $75 a day. So let's go ahead and save that. Go back up to the top here, go to my calendar, and now this will tell you these lines are where it's already booked, so this will not affect that rate. So since I'm almost booked out for March, let's go over here to April. And as you can see, I got it right. I got bookings into the first week of April. So with that daily rate, it'll automatically set your pricing within the minimum and maximum pricing that it says. This is great because you can set it and forget it, do what you need to. But what's tough is you're also going against a bunch of other people. And let's be honest, for me, getting $73 to $74 in the middle of the week, that's just not really feasible. So you kind of have to go through, if you want your car to get booked more, you got to know exactly, like I said, the market, where you're at, where you're listing at. So let's go back over here to pricing, and we're going to turn off this auto pricing. And if you guys are curious how they come up with this, their auto pricing, it's basically based on weekday volume versus weekends. Obviously the weekends are a little higher, weekend kind of dips down. And then holidays, it should go up. But once again, this is all dependent on your area and your market. So let's go back over here. We turned off the auto pricing. And for me, like I said, since I'm out a little bit farther, I usually try and keep this right around 43 bucks a day. It's recommending that I say 46. I'm outside of the Phoenix area, the Phoenix metro area. I'm basically considered the east side, so I'm a little off the beaten path. So that's why I go a little bit lower price just to get my car out there. You can set up, these are all the recommended discounts as far as 3-day discounts, 7-day discounts, 30-day discounts. And for me right now, as you can see, I was already booked out to the first week of April, so I am already booked out 3 weeks. I'm not too worried about this extra little discount right here. So now, as you can see, I put that $43 a day and go back to my calendar, and now it is set $43 a day for eternity, basically. See, as far as you can go, it's $43 a day. So this is great because now you can set it for your price and just be done with it. Okay, so now once your days are set, what I do is I go through here at least once a week and I punch in where I'm actually at, where my market is at. So as you can see, I set it up for Phoenix, Arizona, and typically when I go in here, I go a couple weeks out, right? I go to where I want to. I'm already booked up to the 7th, so let's see what happens from the 8th. And let's just say I want to rent for till the 15th, so a full week. And we'll go ahead and search that. Okay, so as soon as I click on here, it's got some cars on here that are a little out of my price range, obviously. I'm not looking for a Bentley, a Tesla, or a Ferrari. Yeah. And they say there's no money out here. That's funny. Okay, so here's more of what I'm looking for, which is the Honda Civic. I'm looking for something about 24 to 40 bucks a day. I'm doing this all real time, so you're catching me. You're catching me. You got me all caught up. So I am looking at 24 bucks a day for a Honda Civic, and that is in the heart of town. That's just right outside of Phoenix over here in Tempe. You're going to have your airport, Phoenix Sky Harbor International, and then basically that Honda Civic is going to be right there. You see it on the right-hand side of the screen. Nissan Versas, it looks like everything is kind of going down, and that is because it's going to be after tax season, which is when the snowbirds kind of tend to leave here in Phoenix. It starts really warming up, so your prices are going to be a little bit lower. This Civic right here at 24 bucks a day makes me a little bit nervous, especially since he has a bunch of trips. So he obviously knows what he's doing, and he's just trying to make sure that car is gone. Let's see if we move this over just a tad bit more. So that car was right here in Tempe, right here. And the market that I'm looking for, like I said, I'm out here in the boonies. So look at that. My car shows up right next to a Toyota Prius and a Ford Fusion and a Hyundai Elantra. And that just basically shows me that my prices they're right there with that Ford Fusion, which actually this guy, he's way out here. I doubt that thing's going to book for that price. I'm sure he's going to change that here shortly. So you just want to kind of see what the market's looking like. You can come over here and see what's right next to the airport. So that Elantra is right next to the airport, which that thing will probably be gone, but he's also at a lower price point. And I'm not sure the quality of his car, but he's basically trying to get that commuter. He's got a bunch of trips on this car, so he knows what he's doing. The Civic over here, 4 trips, 5 stars. Look at that little self-gloat right there. We're getting there. The Prius, that thing is right here, right next to the airport. So it's all a matter of, like I said, you got to figure out what your market is. So since I saw that, we're going to go back over here. We're going to go back to pricing and discounts, just for the heck of it. Because I am still 3 weeks out, I'm only going to drop that to 41. And let's save this. So now that puts me at 37 bucks a day. Okay, so let's go back over here, and instead of $43 a day, let's put that at $40 a day. And just remember, when you do add all this stuff, since I was looking to book it for a week straight, it shows the discounts that are already going to be on there. So if I save that, come over here, refresh this page, that puts my car at $34 a day if I rented it for a week straight. And that kind of still puts me a little higher in the Prius. The Prius is going to book right there because it's right next to the airport. This Ford Fusion, he's still way out there, so it puts me just cheaper than him. So somebody basically is going to have to live in this area to want to rent his car over mine, because mine's a little bit closer and a little bit cheaper. It's Hyundai Elantra. That one's another one right next to the airport. They're just trying to get that bottom dollar. Nissan Maxima, same thing. It's right by the airport. It's about the same price. Probably his car's probably a little bit bigger than the Civic, and he was saying $52 a day. So once again, like I said, this kind of gets you a little bit of an idea. Go along with your pricing and your ranges. So for me, I know the payment is $330. Oil change, if I do it myself, I'm able to keep it under $40. So if you break everything down, I basically need $350 a month to cover the operating costs of my car. After that, it's pure profit. So you got to figure out where's that tipping point to where you get that payment covered and now you're making money. And you do have to kind of go in, you have to be proactive with this. You have to start looking and seeing where your market's at, what your car's at, what your rate's at. For me, we have a lot of snowbirds that come in. It was a little less snowbirds coming in this year, and by snowbirds, it's everybody that's coming in from Canada or from the Midwest. Anywhere where it's cold, they come out here to get this nice 70-degree weather in the wintertime. But they're coming out here to visit or live temporarily through the year. So basically after April, the snowbirds are leaving and tourism kind of goes down because the heat starts coming in and people don't want to be in here when it's 120, 130 degrees, right? At that point, that's our winter. We hunker down and ACs never go off and you never see anybody outside, but hey, we're not out shoveling snow, right? So figure out what you need to do for your cars to be profitable, where your area is, how far away you are, how often people are renting, and basically just be proactive with it. Play with it. If your car's constantly booking, start raising that price just a little bit. Raise it a couple dollars a day and see at what point, okay, people aren't booking 3-4 weeks out, and kind of hold that price, see what happens. And if you start losing it to where you're not even getting bookings like within a week or so, then it's time to drop it back down and start making money again, right? So 100% just work with it. Play with the numbers, figure out what works best for you. If you are in a higher end car and you're wanting to just basically cover that payment, then adjust those prices. Just be careful. You don't want to go too low, and Turo will only allow you to go a certain price below the market for that vehicle. But just be careful. You don't want to go too low to the point where you just get this horrible renter and now they're destroying your car and now it's off the platform and you can't even make money on it. So just find that balance. Bottom line, if you're doing this for a side hustle, for extra income, play with it and figure out exactly what works best for you. So hopefully this was a little bit of a help for you guys. It does take a little bit of time and practice. If you guys liked what you saw, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you get more content like this. I'm trying to put it out, make it as easy as possible for you guys to get your fleets running as seamlessly as possible. You are going to have those hiccups, but for me, control the controllable. This is one of those things you can control. So until next time, we'll catch you guys. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later.